Hello everyone, it is Pat with our Oracle card reading and messages for this upcoming week. Today's the 27th of January, and so this will be going right through the beginning of February. February 1st, yay, and February 2nd. Actually, I think February 2nd is Imbolc. And that it makes sense to me now. I was called to the goddess deck this week, and February 2nd is a goddess celebration of Imbolc, the bringing of the light. So anyways, okay, so let's start off with the archangels and the archangels that are working with us this week for whatever messages they have for us. Okay, so we call upon the archangels. Who's working with us this week? Who do we need to work with? Okay, so I've got a few that have spilled out for this week. So we have this first one with Archangel Sandalphon, which is the message of gifts from God. And it says, "We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive." So for some of you out there, you're going to be receiving, literal gifts this week, either for a birthday or a life event that's happened. I do feel like this is also financial gifts, like endowments that are being received by whoever receives endowments. So, I do feel in some ways that this is like financial gifts for some of you out there. It might be, the payment that, like a scholarship that you're getting for some schooling or a sponsorship or something like that. So it feels like it's on that level. So it's about, these are coming your way. So open your arms to receive, okay? And let's see if there's anything else I get around this. So yeah, open your arms and be a gracious receiver. Cycle of giving and receiving needs someone to receive. So right now, this coming week, that may be you. And so it's heralding that. I know I got this card right before someone showed up at my door with a very nice surprise gift for me because of something I helped him with. I helped him with his mother earlier in the year. So, but right before that happened, this card showed up for me. It was really kind of interesting. So we had Azrael come out this week too with this message of counselor, and that you're a natural counselor. Many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. So know that you may be providing comfort to someone. And when I saw this card, I'll be honest, I knew it was a hit for me too, that I need to be getting out more. Maybe doing some vlogs and things that I've had ideas about, but I also get that for some people you're looking at professional counseling, and there's a lot of groups of people that are in need of that right now. We've had a lot of devastating earth events where people have lost their homes and their livelihoods, and now with this recent government shutdown, which is now over, yay, there's people who are going to need counseling. Okay, so it's about seeking out that professional help too, okay? And I think there's going to be people who are called into being that kind of professional counselor, all right? Being called to that kind of work where, you're counseling people in recovery from what they've just been through, okay? And so that's another card that's come out for this week. Pardon me. And the final one was relationship harmony. So we angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are now being resolved. So we know that the government shutdown has come to an end. And I had mentioned, like in a video or two ago, that I had heard from my guides that on or around the 26th that the government would reopen. And so yay, we're happy for that. But as it's like the way it's been presented in the media is that it's a temporary reopening. That they're going to look at it again around the 15th, and they're going to be renegotiating things. And so, but I feel like this card has to do with the fact, because I sense that between now and then, in these next couple of weeks, as we get up to the 15th, with regard to this issue, there's going to be a lot of drama that you're still going to see in the media around it, okay? But what Raguel's assuring you or reassuring you is that they are going to be resolved. But know that you are going to see a lot of drama come up between now and then, okay? Because for our current president, this is like a Democratic Republican fight. And so, there's going to be a lot more issues that are raised, and he's probably going to threaten to shut it down again or pull out his executive order. I don't feel that he's going to be, or he's either not going to be able to, or they're not going to let him do that. Now, who they are or how that gets prevented from happening, I don't know for sure. I just know that's what I sense about it, that he's not going to be allowed to shut down the government again. They won't let him. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But I feel like this message from Raguel is letting us know, because it says right in the card, arguments and conflicts are being resolved. Okay, so don't allow yourself to get too caught up in the drama that you're going to see going on in the media, on the TV screen. I feel with this card that, Raguel is the archangel who helps to harmonize our relationships with other people. So I feel like if there's an issue for some of you out there that you've been, wrestling with, that has to do with someone else, that you're, an issue that you've been concerned with, either within your family or your work environment or what have you, that it's going to be resolved. And it may be due to seeking out some counseling, but he's letting you know that those are coming, that those are going to be resolved, that there's going to be better harmony, either in your family, your work environment, or in your relationship with someone else. Okay? So, all right. So now, as I mentioned earlier, I felt guided to work with the Goddess deck this week, and then I just realized it was Imbolc, so no wonder why I was called to that. It's a goddess. Imbolc is around the goddess Bridget, because she's considered to be the bringer of the light. So anyways, I did get some cards out here. I did shuffle already and have some cards come out. So, all right. Anyways, so the beginning of the week, we have this card from Sarasvati, the arts. It says, express yourself through creative activities. So what I feel about this card at the beginning of the week, I do feel like people are seeking out music. They're immersing themselves in that again. But it's just at the beginning of the week, people are immersing themselves in creative activities, whatever that may mean for you, whether it's playing an instrument, whether it's painting, whatever your art is that you like to delve into for exploration. Arts get us out of our analytical mind, so sometimes when we need those times where we just want to let our mind wander and drift, it's really helpful to just immerse yourself in something creative, even if it's just doodling. But I also feel like, this has, right now as we head into February, it heralds the beginning of the celebration, the season where we celebrate the arts. Like the Academy Awards are coming up in February. So we're going to see the beginning of that. And, this card that we got from the Archangels was from Sandalphon, Gifts from God. I mentioned I feel like there's endowments that are coming, and definitely endowments for the arts. So there's a lot around that at the beginning of the week. For some of you, I think you're going back to I feel like for some of you out there, you're going back to writing music, or musicals, something like that. You may be called back to it. For artists who are out there, maybe you're going to start writing a new album or something like that. So anyways, that's what the beginning of the week is. Now, middle of the week, we have this goddess Green Tara with the message of delegating. Start delegating. And she says, ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. Okay? So what I got with this card when I looked at it was a feeling of, feeling overwhelmed. All right? If you are someone who's trying to work on a piece of art, if that's part of your profession, part of what you do in the world, you do need to start delegating other things, other responsibilities, so that you have time to work on that art. Okay, so for some of you, that's what it's going to be about. If you're trying to launch something that's new for you, or if there's a lot going on, it's time for you to call in that help from other people, and ask for them to get involved. Delegate it so that It's a reminder that you don't have to do it all yourself. Green Tara is a goddess of emergency aid. So that's why she said you can call, ask other people, but also her, call upon her for that kind of help. Okay. And that's what, so middle of the week, it feels like that's what you're doing. Okay. You're realizing that you have to start delegating certain tasks out, or, looking at the bigger picture, saying, you know what, I'm not going to be able to do this. I need to call in some professional help, or, ask for volunteers or something like that. And at the end of the week, we have this goddess Maeve with the message of cycles and rhythms, honoring the cycles of your body, energy level, and emotions. Okay, so when I look at this card, body, energy level, and emotions. Okay, and so I think I feel like she's bringing our attention to the fact that, if you're feeling tired right now, some of you out there, I know I did in this past week, but I also knew that it was in large part due to, I'm energetically sensitive. And so we just had a big super full moon that took place. It's also the middle of winter. And it's the middle of winter, if we're in tune with the cycles and rhythms of nature, then it's really a time for kind of hibernating, retreating, withdrawing your energy. So it's not uncommon to feel tired, like you just want to stay in and, have a quiet night. All right. The springtime is more when our energy wants to burst forth and come out there. So, but whatever it is for you, you might notice that it's bringing your attention to, maybe you're a person whose energy is really more there in the morning and it wanes later in the day. So what she's saying is paying attention, or your awareness is coming to what your personal cycles and rhythms are. Okay. And, or it may have to do also with noticing patterns, cycles, rhythms, patterns of behavior in yourself and other people. Okay. And I also having to do with the earth. The earth and its cycles, not just seasonal cycles, but longer term cycles. Okay. So that's what's coming up as we get to, I guess into the weekend. And if I get anything more on that, I will certainly speak about it. But I really, when I look at it, I get a sense of people feeling tired. And then sometimes when we get tired, we tend to question, why am I so tired? Am I not eating well enough? Do I need to go get some green juice? Do I need to change, but it's not. Sometimes it's just a natural part. We need rest. Our bodies need rest. Our minds need rest. We can't keep going all the time, especially where it comes on the heels of this start delegating. You're taking on too much. It makes sense. Okay. So I pulled from this other goddess deck that I have, the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses. And whoa, they come flying out at me sometimes. Hang on. So with this other goddess deck, Angels, Gods, and Goddesses, first we get the Angel of Space Clearing. Okay, time to clear out old negative thoughts and feelings. So, which can be done through creative expression. Maybe that creative expression has to do with writing or journaling of some kind. And let's see, there was a bunch of them that came flying out of the deck, so I just picked them all, and I'm just going to see which ones come out next. The Goddess of Justice. What seems an injustice is actually a blessing. And I really feel this has to do with the government stuff that's going on. We see a lot of injustices taking place, okay? And a lot of us are just looking at it like, seriously? How can they get away with this stuff for so long? But so she says, what seems an injustice is actually a blessing. So there's blessings behind it. And it doesn't mean that what happened wasn't an injustice. It just means that there's blessings coming from it, okay? There is a law of divine justice. And, we often look at that as karma that comes back up. But there's blessings in it, in the sense of injustice causes or inspires those who feel called to justice to come forward, all right, and to make things right and to bring balance. Okay, so those are some of the blessings sometimes that can come out of it. And interesting that there's all sorts of stars on this, you know, stars and stripes a little bit. So I think this has to do with our United States and our government. So let's see, what else did the goddesses want to tell us? Abundance. I spoke about that with the gifts from God. Some of it feels like financial abundance, endowments, new abundance coming to you. This could also mean a time of raises, you know, people getting raises and bonuses from their employers. And so a new flow of income is coming to you. Always good to hear. And that has to do, yeah, with the fact that, you know, the government people are back to work now. So they're not working for free. And but there's also for them, it's not just the fact that, yes, they're going to be paid again. They're going to be able to go back to work and get paid again. But I do feel like there's gifts coming to them as well. You know, people, and there already have been in many ways. I mean, there have been food pantries that opened up to help federal workers and things like that. So there's a new flow of abundance coming in for people who are hurting, okay, from things that have been brought upon them that they had no control over. So that's always nice to hear. But it's for us on a personal level too. Okay. Angel of guidance, a new sense of direction and purpose is manifesting, okay? A lot of people are being called to new roles, whether it's that role of a counselor, to serve politically in Congress, or places of leadership, things like that, okay? And these last two, angel of expression. There's a lot this week that has to do with expression. And speak your truth and express yourself clearly. So it's time to speak up. This is another form of expression. And spiritual healing. Okay, healing taking place. I do feel like this is people seeking out healing treatments this week, whether it's acupuncture, Reiki, massage, things of that nature. So a lot of messages in the cards this week. So I will leave it at that. So thank you all so much for watching. I may have some additional videos that I'll be putting up either today or this week. But and please feel free to leave your comments below, like and subscribe. I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Take care, everyone. Have a great week.